My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 18. In this lecture, we will try to understand functions in Python. Function is set of statements or group of related statements that are used to perform particular task. Or I can say it is a reusable block of code which can be used more than once. We will try to understand syntax of functions. Just observe this syntax. If you observe it carefully, your function definition starts with the def keyword. Def here, it's a keyword. Def space name of the function. This is name. This name of the function must follow the rules of identifier. We already discussed how one can give name. We already discussed the rules for identifier, isn't it? Same rules you have to follow for naming the function. Arguments are parameters. This one is optional depending on your requirement. If it is required, this is optional. If you want, you can give, otherwise you can omit these arguments. This one is mandatory one, colon. You must not forget this colon. This one is triple quotes. This is known as documentation, or these statements are known as doc strings. I will discuss about this documentation or doc strings in a separate class in future. Just you must also take care about this particular indentation. Just say this one. This just you must follow this indentation, isn't it? If you are not following this indentation, you will get an indentation error. Yes, let me proceed. Now, how can I call a function? How can I call a person? I can call a person by that particular person name. In similar manner, how can I call a function? I must make use its name to call particular function. Even function may return some value or may not return. It's purely depending on your requirement. You can write a return statement. Now, we will try to understand functions with simple examples. Before going to Jupyter Notebook, let me explain on slides. Just see how can I define function. As I told you, your function definition must start with def keyword space. This is function name. This function name must follow the rules of identifier. I already discussed rules to give identifier, isn't it? Now, this one is arguments or parameters. They are optional. If you are interested, you can give arguments. Otherwise, you need not give. This colon is mandatory. You must not forget this colon. Again, you must also take care about indentation gap. In this series of lectures, I am maintaining 4 white spaces. Therefore, what is the body of this particular function? This particular function body consists only one statement, that is print statement. What it says, good morning. Now, in order to execute this function, I must call it. How can I call? I must call by using its name. Once if I call, automatically control will transfer and it will get executed. In output screen, what will it display? It will display good morning. This is a function. It is simple function with no arguments. Let me take another function. If you compare this function with previous one, def, yes, as I told you, your function definition must start with the def keyword following function name, and here we are taking argument x. Now, what is the body of this particular function? This particular function body consists of only one statement, that is print statement, in which we are writing x star star 2. What does it mean? This is in operators. I discussed in operators class. X star star 2 means it is essentially x square. Now, let me call this function. How can I call? I must call it with its name. Square of 2, automatically control will transfer. X will number 2 will be copied to x. Print x star star 2 means 2 square. 2 square means in output screen you will get 4. In similar manner, if you pass 3, 3 square, in output screen you will get 9. If in similar manner, if you pass 4, 4 square means I will get 6. Yes, yes. Now, let me say, if I say print x, if you observe carefully, this x is not, this print x is not, it's not the part of this body. This just see, this square function consists only one print statement. This is out of the square function, isn't it? As it is out of the square function, you cannot, x does not exist outside the square. Outside the square, in the sense, square is a function, this x does not exist. Why? Because this print x statement is outside the definition of this particular square function. That's why it will generate an error. What is that error? That error is known as name error. We will try to understand this in Jupyter Notebook. Now we will try to understand one more simple example. Just see here, I am defined def space, this one function name is some math. I am taking two arguments x comma y. In my first example 0 argument, in second example 1 argument. Here I am taking two arguments, isn't it? Its body consists of only one statement. X star star 2 means it is essentially, that is x square plus y, isn't it? Now let me pass arguments. How can I pass? Sum math 2 comma 3. Therefore 2 comma 3 means x, in the place of x number 2 will be copied, in the place of y number 3 will be copied. X square means 2 square 4 plus y means 3, print 7, this number 7 will get displayed. In similar manner, if I pass 3 comma 2, x is 3 and y is 2, x square means 3 square plus y means what? 2, 9 plus 2, 11. In output screen it will display 11. This is simple function which consists of two arguments. Yes. Now there is a concept known as default argument or default parameter. We will try to understand this default parameter with this simple example. Let me define a function again. Def is a keyword, woof is a function name, x equals 0. This argument is known as, this particular argument is known as default argument or default parameter. This particular function consists of only one print statement in its body. What is that? That is print x, isn't it? Now let me call this function. How can I call? By its name, woof1. As I am passing 1 as a parameter, that 1 will, actually default parameter is 0, but once if I pass a parameter, it will take this one, this 0 will be overwritten by 1. Print x means what will it print? It will print 1. Now the beauty, you can see the beauty in second call, that is woof. Am I passing anything here? I am not passing anything here. Therefore, what it consider, it takes default argument or default parameter value. Therefore, what will it print? In this case, it will print 0. And in third call, if I pass 23 instead of default parameter, it will take 23. Once if no argument is given, for example here in second call, if no argument is given, a default value is automatically assigned. In this case, default value is 0. Yes. Now we will try to understand one more simple example on default arguments. Just def is a function definition. As I told you, it always starts with def keyword. Vishesh, it's a function name. Here I have two arguments. First argument is person. Second argument is message. This as we discussed, your function definition must always end. It must, colon is mandatory, isn't it? Now person, message. In these two arguments, which one is default argument? Second argument, message, is default argument. Now, what is the body of this particular function? In the body of this function, you have only one statement, this print statement. Yes. Now, let me call this function. How can I call this function? By its name. What is the name of the function? Name of the function is Vishes. How many arguments am I passing here? Here I am passing two arguments. Automatically control will transfer. Where will it transfer? It will transfer this function. Divya will pass to person, and good luck will pass to message. But I have default value all the best. That will be overwritten with good luck. Now, what is this person? This is 0 position. This is 1 position. Therefore, hi, it will get hi. In 0 argument, which one is person? What is the person value? Divya. Therefore, I will get hi Divya. 1 means message. What is the value of message here? Good luck. Hi Divya. Good luck you will get. In similar manner, let me call the same function again. Here wishes Divya. Here I am passing only one argument. What is that argument? Divya. Divya will copy to person. I am not passing any value for this message. Therefore, as I am not passing any value, by default, all the best will be assigned as I am not passing. Isn't it? That's what I discussed in previous program. Now, what happens? Person is, what is person? Person is Divya and message is all the best. This is 0 position. This is 1 position. 0 high. 0 position means Divya. 1 position means what? All the best. All the best. What will you get in output screen? You will get hi Divya. All the best. Now let me continue my discussion on default arguments. Now let me say this one. Here def space definition wishes. Here I have a difficulty. First one is it not default argument? Yes, it's a default argument. Second one is non-default argument. It is not permitted in Python. Your non-default argument is following default argument. This is not allowed. An error will be generated. That error is known as syntax error. What is the reason? Non-default argument follows default argument. Here which one is non-default argument? Person is following default argument message. Once if you say particular argument is default argument, from that onwards every argument must be default argument. Here unfortunately you are getting a non-default argument after default argument. Non-default argument as non-default argument must not follow default argument. It automatically generates an error known as syntax error. Now we will try to understand keyword arguments. It follows dictionary. Dictionary means what? It is something like pairs, key value pairs. We discussed about dictionary in my previous classes. Anyway, what is this function? Def means this is a keyword. Wishes is function name. KWRGS, keyword arguments. Now, how can I call this function by its name? I must pass as a pair of values. First message and its value message whose value is all the best, and person whose value is the Divya. Therefore, internally what happens? This key KWARGS keyword arguments of what? Message. Isn't it? Message equal to, anyway I am displaying just if KWRGS, it's not null, it's non-zero, it's true. Why? Because I am passing 2 arguments. Print KWRS. Now you can understand. Just say print KWRS means what is the content stored in KWRS? Message is a key, something like key. All the best is something like value. Person is something like key. Divya is something like value. Now it KWRGS of message means all the best. KWRGS of person means Divya. That's what it is displaying. Now how can I even you can display like this? KWARGS of message. KWRGS of message means what? All the best. All the best will get displayed in the place of 0. KWRGS of person means Divya. Therefore, Divya will displayed in the place of 1. Therefore, hi, all the best Divya will get message. It is simple. It is simple keyword argument. Just understand it takes values in the form of it is something like keys and values. See, for example, here message is key. All the best is its value. Person is key. All the best is its person is key. Divya is its value. As I told you, KWRGS of message means all the best. KWRGS of person means Divya. You will get something like that, isn't it? Now there is something like arbitrary arguments. If you do not know how many arguments that will be passed into your function, add a star before the parameter. This is simple. Anyway, I will try to explain with simple example. Just if number of arguments is unknown, if you don't know the number of arguments, just add a, just keep star asterisk symbol before the parameter name. This is arbitrary arguments. Here that's what I am doing here. If you speak strictly, let me again let me go to my previous slide. Just see. If you do not know how many arguments, that's what I did. This function will receive a tuple of arguments. Just you must understand this one. In the case of argument, there is something like tuple of argument. Means it receives arguments in the form of tuple, isn't it? I already discussed what is tuple. Anyway, this is this simple function. Def, this is function name. As I told you, in the case of arbitrary arguments, you must place star before argument name. What's the body of this particular function? In this body you have two statement. First statement, print kids. Now how can I call this function? By using its name, my underscore family. We don't know how many arguments we will pass, therefore is keeping star. Therefore I am passing Raj, Divya, Jyoti. Therefore what's happening? Therefore now print kids. Print kids means what will it display? Just see, it displaying in the form of tuple, isn't it? Which one we passed? Raj, Divya, Jyoti. Just see, Raj, Divya, Jyoti. It's printing in the form of tuple. As it is parenthesis, it is printing in the form of tuple. My sister is, just if I say my sister is, it will get my kids of 1. What is kids of 1? This is kids of 0. Kids of 1 means this one. Kids of 0 is Raj. Kids of 1 means Divya. Kids of 2 means Jyoti. It is simple and straightforward. You must understand, in the case of arbitrary arguments, input will be considered as a tuple, just like tuple we are accessing. It just, you can assume that kids is a tuple whose first value is Raj, whose second value is Divya, whose third value is Jyoti. It is simple, isn't it? Now we will try to understand what is positional arguments. Just let me consider one simple example. Def is a keyword, F3 is function name, arg1, arg2, I am assigning none values. How can I call this function? It is simple, F3 of 1. Just see here, if you observe this definition, this function expects at least one argument. Why? Because we must know what is the value of arg1 argument 1. If you don't give at least one argument, it will generate a error. That error is known as type error. Just see, I am giving 1. That 1 will pass to arg1. This is none, this is 1, none. If I print in output screen, what will I get? Just I will get 1, none, none I will get. Now if I pass something like 1 comma 2, what happens? Your 1 will copy to arg1, your 2 copy here in the output screen. arg1 is 1, arg2 is 2, but whereas arg3 value is none, isn't it? For example, if you pass 3 arguments, 1, 2, 3, it will print 1, 2, 3, it will print, isn't it? If you don't give any number of arguments, it will generate an error. That particular error is known as type error, isn't it? That's what it is. At least one argument it expects. Anyway, we will try to understand all these things in our Jupyter notebook. Just see this one. This function we already defined, def space, what it says, hello, this function name. Just if you call this function, I am calling this function, just run this one, just see you are getting good morning, isn't it? That's what I discussed. This is first example in our slides. Now just let me take another example, diff square of 2. Just I am calling this one. What happens? Just we don't have any difficulty with square 2, square 3, square 4. We have difficulty with the print x, isn't it? That's what we were discussing in that presentation. Just see, square 2 means 2, 3, 4 means 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. 4 square is 16, whereas print x means name error. It is generating name error. Why? Because out of this print x is not part of this particular function. It's not in body. This function don't know what is x. Therefore, it is generating an error known as name error. What it says, name x is not defined. This is a function which takes 2 arguments, x comma y. Print x square plus y. This also we discussed. Just let me run this one. What output you are getting? You are getting 7 comma 11. This woof example, this is default argument x equals 0. This particular, if you are not passing any argument, in the case of second call, we are not passing any argument. Therefore, automatically 0 will be assigned. Just simply it will display 1. What will it display? It displays. First, as I am passing 1, it is displaying print x, print 1. I am not passing anything in second call. Woof means it will take automatically, it will take default value 0. Whereas in third call, I am passing 23. Therefore, it will consider 23. Isn't it? It's simple and straightforward. Again, one more simple example on default arguments. Def and wishes. Person messages, as I told you, Divya good luck means Divya will pass to the person. This I already discussed. I discussed in presentation. You can understand this one. Whereas here I have difficulty. What is my difficulty? Once if you declare particular argument is default argument, message is default argument, your non-default argument must not follow default argument. Here person is non-default argument, which is following non-default argument. Person is non-default argument, which is following message, that is default argument. Therefore a non-default argument follows that's a difficulty, that is a problem. Once if you declare particular argument is default argument, from there onwards every argument must be default argument. That's the difficulty. This also I discussed in presentation. Again, keyword arguments, this also we discussed. It is simple and straightforward. Just you can understand. Just see message, all the best. This KWRGS of message is all the best. KWRGS of person is Divya. It takes values, key value pair. It's something like dictionary. It is simply just like dictionary. It takes arguments in the form of dictionary, means keys and key value pairs. Arbitrary arguments, this also we discussed. Just if you don't know number of arguments, just place star. It takes input in the form of tuple, isn't it? That's what we discussed. Just if I pass Raj, Divya, Jyoti, it takes input in the form of tuple Raj, Divya, Jyoti. Even you can index this one. Something like kids 1, kids 0 is Raj, kids 1 is Divya. Therefore my sister is kids 1 means what here? In this case kids 1 means it's kids 1 means it's Divya. My sister is, just see, my sister is kids 1. Kids 1 means what? Kids 0 is Raj, kids 1 is Divya. It is simple thing which we discussed in our presentation. Even this one is also simple. These arguments we discussed this one. Just let me run this one. Just say the same output: 1 none none, 1 2 none, 1 2 3. Isn't it? Just now we discussed this particular concept that is known as positional arguments. Just go through this lecture. If you have any difficulty, just keep a comment, so that I will try to explain in the best possible way. Thank you very much.